Good morning, class 7. Today we will start a new poem, Meadow Surprises. Walk across a green field, a park, or even under a clump of trees, and you will notice many wonderful things. What are some of the surprises a meadow has for someone with a keen eye and a sharp ear? Now, what is a meadow? These are grasslands. Meadows are basically big grasslands. When you go in any green field, you will find number of things apart from beautiful flowers, apart from big and small plants, trees. You will find squirrels running about, you may find a rabbit, or you may find ants making a mound, and so many different things you can see in a grassland or in a green field. So in this poem, the poet is trying to describe all those things which we can see in a meadow. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. First I am reading the whole poem, then we will see the explanation. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. You may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still, though at first you may not see him. When he hops, you will. A dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago has turned to airy parachutes that flutter when you blow. Explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ants' amazing mound. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. Now let us start from stanza 1. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. In the first two lines, the poet says that if you go in a green field, if you enter a green field, if you enter a meadow, you will find many surprises for yourself. You will not only find beautiful trees, plants, flowers, etc., but you can see various other things present in a meadow. So there are many more surprises present for a person. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. If you look around, if you start searching how many new things can you see in a meadow, then you will find a variety of things which you can find there. Walk softly through the velvet grass. Velvet grass means the grass is so soft as if it is velvet. The poet is saying that when you go in a meadow, walk softly because the grass is like velvet, as soft as velvet. And listen by the brook. Brook is the small flow of water. You can see that water is flowing in at one place, at one corner or in one place in a meadow, and you can hear the flow of water, you can hear the sound of water. So go very quietly, enter a meadow very quietly, because you will find soft velvet like grass there, and you can hear the sound of water flowing. Second stanza. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. In the second line, the word buttercup means a flower which is like a cup. The shape of the flower is like a cup. You may see a butterfly. Now in the second stanza, the poet says that when you go in a meadow, you can see various beautiful butterflies flying here and there, sitting on various flowers to sip the nectar. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup, that means sitting silently on a buttercup or any other flower. The purpose behind sitting is to sip the nectar of the flower and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. Unfold its drinking straws. It appears to the poet as if the butterfly is sipping the nectar of the flower with a straw. Like we sip something with a straw, in the same way it appears to the poet as if the butterfly is trying to sip the nectar from the straw. Actually, there is no straw, but the poet is just using his imagination, and he feels that the butterflies are trying to suck the nectar, sip the nectar of the buttercup and other flowers present in the garden, present in the meadow, and it appears to him as if they are sipping the nectar with the help of a straw. You may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still. Now, the next thing which the poet says he can see in a meadow is a rabbit. A rabbit who is sitting somewhere in a corner, but as soon as a person enters a meadow or a garden, the rabbit feels scared and then he runs away. You may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still. The rabbit is not moving. He is sitting still, he is sitting silently in one corner of a meadow. But as soon as you enter a meadow, you go to that place, the rabbit feels as if you are coming to catch him and he will run away from that place. Though at first you may not see him, when he hops, you will. The rabbit is sitting so silently in a corner that when you enter a meadow, you will not realize that a rabbit is there. But as soon as the rabbit will understand or feel that you are there and you are coming near him, he will try to run away from that place, he will escape from that place. Then you will notice that a rabbit was sitting there. A dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago. Dandelion is another flower. In the second stanza, we had discussed about a buttercup, which is also a flower. Here in this stanza, the word dandelion is another flower. A dandelion whose fuzzy head, that means the flower is so thick that its head is not clearly visible. The head of the flower is not very clear because it is a big flower, it is a thick flower. A dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago has turned into airy parachutes that flutter when you blow. Now, in this stanza, the poet says that in some days back, the dandelion was golden in color, but now it is a fully blooming flower. It has become a mature flower and its petals have opened. They have opened and now they have taken the shape of a parachute, and they can flutter, they can move if you will blow on the petals. Earlier the petals were closed. That is why the head of the flower was not very clearly visible, but now many days have passed. This dandelion flower has bloomed completely. It has become a mature flower now. That is why the petals have taken the shape of parachute, and if you will blow on them, if you will blow air on them, they will flutter, they will move. Next stanza. Explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ants' amazing mound. Explore the meadow houses. Explore here means to find out. Explore the meadow houses. Now the poet says that apart from butterflies, beautiful flowers, rabbits, there are other things also which a person can explore or find out when he enters a meadow. He can find some houses as well. Houses not made of human beings, but houses made by animals. The burrows in the ground. The ants may have made a burrow, A rabbit may have made a burrow. Different animals, different living beings, different creatures might have made their houses, their burrows in the meadow. Explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ants' amazing mound. So, here not only can houses be found made by insects, made by ants, or made by rabbits, one can also find nests made by birds beneath tall trees. We all know that nests are often found on big trees because the birds find it a safe place to make their nests there. So, in a meadow, a person can also see nests made by birds beneath tall trees, under tall trees, and ants' amazing mound. Beautiful mounds, hill-like houses made by ants. So these are all natural houses which a person can see when he takes a round in the meadow. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. In the last stanza, the poet is saying that when you enter a meadow, you might feel surprised when you will see so many beautiful things among a meadow in nature, all natural things. Butterflies, rabbits, burrows, ants' hill, that is ants' amazing mound, then nest made by birds, etc. So many beautiful things can be seen if a person goes and watches the nature around in a meadow. And many things to tell. When he will see all these surprising things, he will have many things to tell, many things to describe which he has seen in a meadow. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well. If you will go in a meadow, if you will go in a grassland, if you will go in a beautiful garden, you may find all these things. You may discover all these things for yourself if you will look around, if you will try to find out how many new things can you see in a grassland or in a meadow. Then you will find many beautiful things around you, and you will not only look at things, you might listen to some of the things also. Some things which you can listen are the sound of water, the chirping of the birds, the squirrels making noise, the birds chirping, all these noises, beautiful noise. We can't call them noises because noises are generally not very pleasant to hear. But all these beautiful sounds, natural sounds, one can listen if one goes into a meadow. Now I am reading the poem once again. Meadows have surprises, you can find them if you look. Walk slowly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. You may scare a rabbit who is sitting very still. Though at first you may not see him, when he hops you will. A dandelion whose fuzzy head was golden days ago has turned into airy parachutes that flutter when you blow. Explore the meadow houses, the burrows in the ground, a nest beneath tall grasses, the ants' amazing mound. Oh, meadows have surprises and many things to tell. You may discover these yourself if you look and listen well.